Hey everyone, it's Kai, and today we are stepping away from standard and we're moving to premium, right? Because not only did we get a new format, we got a bunch of new cards, and those cards can be played in premium. Now, this is gonna be a Weerab deck that he sent me because, you know, there's a few things that Weerab likes in Vanguard, and that is doing multiple attacks, drawing a bunch of cards, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Making Mimi decks. And I don't know why he can only play Aqua Force, but that is the only clan that he knows how to draw cards with. So he sent me this kind of funny picture the other day, and he's like, "Hey, look at this Mimi deck I built, and here's the picture, right? Do you see this deck? Well, if you see his hand, right, he's got over 30 or so cards, is what he told me, and I didn't bother counting all the cards, but you know, there's a lot of cards there, as you can see. I'm surprised CFA didn't crash. But yeah, it's pretty much his entire deck is in his hand. Now, this isn't like Aqua Force, you know, everyone knows that it's a multi-attack deck. Weerab just plays it as a draw deck. So here we've got a billion cards. Now, let's go through the deck. And he did do some changes from, you know, what you see in the picture here. But here is how you draw 30 cards into your hand by playing Aqua Force. So this all starts off with this really old card, and that is Bubble Edge Draco Kid. Now, this is basically one of the best starters for Aqua Force way back in BT13. It's just that you put in, it's a Forerunner, so it pops out, and this is basically your first Vanguard as well. And you put it into Soul, and then you give another unit the following ability, where if they attack the Vanguard and it's the fourth attack or more, you get to draw a card. So it's a very simple card. Back then, your combos kind of went around you making a big turn where you put this into Soul to give something else the effect. And then you'll try and restand that card as many times as possible to draw as many cards. And you'll draw like 3 cards that turn and you'll feel excellent, right? And this is kind of still the same way. You have your Tidal Assault to do multiple attacks, and then your Vanguard is just like Naval Gazer or any of your Strides that can kind of do multiple attacks and kind of stand that one Tidal Assault to attack like 3 times, and you get your +3. But, you know, D introduced some new cards, right? They introduced this Spiritual Body Condensation Order, which is just basically Soul Blast 1 and call a card from your drop zone and give a 5k. The 5k is kind of irrelevant here, because the idea is that now you can extend your Bubble Edge Draco Kid plays, right? So you first pop it into Soul, and then you play this order where you pop out the Draco Kid, and then you call it back again, and then you put it into Soul. So you dip twice, right? For currently, it's no CB. You only need 1 Soul Blast, which is very achievable, and you can draw 6. So that's pretty good, right? And then you have another card as well, which is Alina, and this one's like a CB1 Soul Blast 1 to call something out. So you Soul Blast your Draco Kid again, and you can like call it out again, and bam, you have a plus, like you get 3 cards now when you attack. So that's pretty cool. But bear in mind, you also do run 4 Draco Kids, so you could have drawn some extra ones, and every extra card you draw, you have a chance of just drawing more cards. So if you drew an extra one, well, now you draw 12 cards that turn, because as long as you attack like what, 3 times, right? So that's like that's pretty good. So, you know, this is the culprit, your buddy Tidal Assault. This is basically the main way you draw a million cards. You want to hit that 4 like attack number, you need to be a bit more creative. So here your main grade 3 is Naval Gazer Dragon. We all remember what he does. He's an old card, and he's just, the reason why you run him is because immediately on the turn 3, whenever you first ride grade 3, you have a chance of start doing combos, right? It immediately pops off. If you have something like an Algos, so Algos here, right? If you have an Algos, he attacks twice. Your second column attacks another one. It's a 3rd attack. And then your Tidal Assault swings in, and you start drawing. Stands again, draw again, and then your Naval Gazer can stand again and draw again. So that's a like nice amount of cards to go through, like lots of cards. And then the rest of the deck is what? You've got like Gembolt Dragon that restands. Davis can create extra attacks. And Alexandros, you run 2 Alexandros, that's basically another great one as well, to just make multiple attacks. Just basically to make sure your 1 Tidal Assault can stand 3 times. And yeah, that's really, really nice. It's great, right? It's great. And the other thing is, like, once you draw so many cards, you're going through your whole deck, you basically get all the pieces you need. You draw more tidal assaults, you draw more algos, you draw more cards, right? Just more and more cards. It's just good. You get into those big attacks with the Excel circle. If you have 2 Excel circles at front, you're winning, right? That's like, you don't even need to like you don't even need to try to hit those numbers. We do run this one tech grade 1 though, this PR that's actually out in English. It's Spear Ray Sailor, so this is kind of a meme card. Just when your unit attacks, if it's the 7th battle of that turn, you can retire it, and your opponent cannot call grade 0 units from their hand until the end of that battle. So one of the things you can do, right, is like, what if you have like if 2 tidal assaults, for example, that's 4 attacks, and then you have 2 excels, yeah, so 4 attacks, then 5, 6, and then your Vanguard Ballerina attacks. That's really massive. You can pop this as well. Damn, they can't guard with grade 0s, you know, so those old draw trigger grade 0s don't work, and it's a big attack. And now you have 30 cards in your hand, you can start shooting your opponent, right? Bear in mind that, you know, Ballerina just kind of works for every single attack. You run two of her, or him, or it, and just because you just have way more cards than your opponent, there's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is null, right? That's the only way you can win. And then everything else, you just start shooting. You have more ammunition than your opponent, pretty much. So ideally, you can kind of rush early. That's what Aqua Force does. It's good at just pushing early. You can draw a billion cards, and after you draw a billion cards, you draw all your cool pieces. You can then just finish them off with Ballerina, or if you want to draw even more, you can go Gimbalds or your Alexandros and things like that. But your main finisher is just still Ballerina, because, you know, you just have way more cards than your opponent to pop, and yeah. When you draw more, you just keep on drawing. That's it. So where does this really fit in the current metagame? I think it's pretty junk. I think it's pretty junk. There's basically a lot of like tier 1 premium. This is not a tier 1 premium deck. So yeah, it's gonna die to tier 1 premium decks in my opinion. But then when you reach things like tier 2 and all that, where people are having fun, people are playing whatever they want, you know, then this is probably gonna just do okay, right? Tier 2 premium. It's just a fun area to play with, and this will definitely impress your friends, right? If your friends like ask you how many cards in your hand, and you go like, I've got like 28, 30 cards, man. They'll definitely be impressed, and you'll probably make a lot of friends that way. They'll ask you like, whoa, dude, how are you so good? How do you draw so many cards? And as long as you don't play against like Nubatama or like the Rain Elemental, or the one that drops your hands at 8, you feel like a god, right? You'll feel like a god. This is like your hand is your wallet, and you have way more money than everything else. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this. It's drawing Aqua Force, the only deck that Weirab, you know, is just known for. He just loves drawing with his Aqua Force, and here is just another great one where we get to draw even more cards than before, thanks to Stoicheia. Good times, 3,000 years. All right, so that's it for now. See you guys in the next video, and bye.